Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report, where we call to your attention advice from AT&T that measuring customer lifetime value trumps sole adherence to your company's sales. And then we're going to hear from BrainJuicer and what it has learned during the past year about advertising from its third annual FeelMore Top 50 that is public as of today. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities so that you can make more confident business decisions. Greg Pharo, AT&T's Director of Market Research and Analytics, is accustomed to doing things differently and making them work for his research. Take, for example, 1 year ago, when he was cited as RBDR's Client of the Year for his breakthrough use of word of mouth. He found the way to zero in on the impact that consumer word of mouth was having on his sales and the forces that drive it, plus creative executions and other essential elements. Greg recently critiqued Market Mix Model's, quote, maniacal focus on transactions at the Association of National Advertisers 2015 Masters of Measurement Conference. Pharo explained there that while transactions are certainly important, quote, there's a lot of value you can unlock by optimizing relationships, end of quote. And that is one reason why he is proposing that researchers double down on customer lifetime value evaluations. And that makes analyzing and incorporating customer relationships, profitability over time, insights into the future, and various segments of the customer base so essential in today's market mix models that do need to kind of update themselves. Pharo admitted that it takes a lot of work to do this, but developing these tools, he says, leads to more accurate optimization and better, more insightful results. Today, you're going to hear all over the research universe a lot about BrainJuicer's release of its third annual FeelMore Top 50 Global Advertising Ranking. And while who is number one will certainly be interesting for everyone, there are bigger issues, so I asked BrainJuicer America's president Alex Hunt to skip past the numbers and to instead deal with us about the changing advertising philosophies that have been discovered. He delved into the important new learnings about advertising that works based on, again, this new FeelMore50.
I think we've learned three things this year. The first is something that we already knew, and that's how difficult it is to really do famous 5-star marketing. Even among the 550 ads that we tested this year, we struggled to find 50 that are 5-star spots that generate the largest business effects. So I think, it really brings home the importance of celebrating the winners, and the importance of advertisers and agencies embracing a System 1 model of communications and actually aiming for fame, aiming for 5 stars, and putting emotion front and center of their development and their testing approaches. I think the second is the rewards that are available if advertisers really embrace the idea of putting the emotional story first and allowing their brand just to play a supporting role. Pedigree had massive success this year with a piece of content that scored in our top 10. I think the third thing that we've learned this year is actually typified by the top ad, which for the first time ever is a piece of content that did not air on television at all. It was a made-for-online piece of content. And really, we haven't seen much movement in terms of the quality of TV copy that's out there that we've been testing and sourcing. But we have seen a lot more highly emotive digital advertising being put out there and scored on FeelMore50. So they're the three things that we've really learned this year.
The last point you made, is that an indication about digital agencies and how they may be different from traditional advertising agencies?
I think it's probably more an indictment of the context in which a lot of TV creative is made. when making TV creative, I think both clients and agencies alike are very much shackled by the past, by this classical model of communications. Do something to catch my attention, and as soon as you've got it, hit me over the head with a rational brand message. And that is not how consumers process information. In the digital context, just because it's newer and it's a little bit different, and to some degree the table stakes, the sort of risk aversion is lower. There's a little bit more permission to be creative and actually aim for fame and to do things which are highly emotive. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're seeing digital rise to the top of the rankings this year.
Alex, obviously emotion is something that's been talked about in the industry, and I'm going to assume that both clients and ad agencies have slowly but surely been more and more buying into the idea. But I also know from a lot of critics that a lot of advertising is never tested. Is that one of the problems here?
I think the biggest problem here is clients paying a lot of lip service to adopting a system one communication strategy. And by that I mean an emotional advertising strategy. And then doing exactly what they've done before, but injecting a little bit of emotion, or asking emotion as part of their measurement approach. For us, that defeats the purpose. To really aim for fame, to do 5-star effective communications, one has to embrace it wholeheartedly and place emotion front and center, and actually exclusively as the objective of your communications briefing, and then right the way through development, resist the temptation to give consumers, to try and persuade consumers with rational messages.
Are we also talking, Alex, are we also talking about different advertising testing techniques?
Absolutely. There's absolutely no point in doing all of the things that I just mentioned, developing wonderful creative and then testing it with an outdated traditional system 2 approach to assessment. That is just a recipe for giving you a false negative.
That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities so that you can make more confident business decisions. You're invited to check out, in fact, I recommend you check out sotech.com. Have a great research day and rest of your week. Stay warm wherever you are this weekend, and we'll see you with a new RBDR on Martin Luther King Day on Monday.